Controversial action taken in the town of Monument this week as the Board of Trustees there passed a resolution encouraging residents and business owners not to follow the state's COVID-19 restrictions unless they want to. News 5 Spencer Humphrey live in Monument tonight with details, including reaction tonight from folks who live there. Spencer?
Yeah, well, Rob, that resolution, just 2 pages, it gets right to the point. The city saying it does not believe Governor Polis's restrictions in response to the pandemic are constitutional. One of the first lines in that resolution saying, quote, "It is discriminatory for the state to treat some but not all establishments with preference by labeling them as essential." The city's leaders instead believe their action is constitutional and they're not backing down.
Trustee LeKind?
Yes.
Trustee Romanello?
Yes.
It was a unanimous decision.
Mayor Wilson?
Yes. That motion passes 7-0.
The Town of Monument Board of Trustees all in agreement. Passing Resolution 08-2021 would be good for their city. In doing so, it condemns the governor's executive orders in response to the pandemic. The board says this move is a way of, quote, reasserting the rights of the town and will not support, quote, COVID restrictions that would shut down businesses. Instead, encouraging businesses to make the call for themselves.
When a society becomes fearful, they are doomed to be taken over by tyranny.
That's Monument trustee Ron Stevens emphatically supporting the measure during Monday's special meeting.
And I think we're faced here with the pandemic. We're not denying that. We are not, as a board, acting unconstitutionally. Instead, we believe it is the state of Colorado that is acting unconstitutionally.
Many community members showing up in person and virtually, encouraging the board to pass the resolution.
And it is criminal that we are crippling an entire economy.
I'm sorry, I refuse to live my life in fear. God knows the day of my death, and there's nothing I can do to change that.
But on the streets of Monument,
I'm very dismayed.
Feelings more mixed.
I am not certain how to feel.
I think that's just a very short-sighted view on what has turned out to be a very long-term issue.
On one hand, I see the benefit of not having a lot of people close together, but on the other hand, it's been a year now.
Obviously a lot of opinions there. I want to read you another excerpt from the resolution that I found interesting. It says, quote, "The Board of Trustees understands that notwithstanding their unconstitutional nature, state authorities may attempt to pressure businesses to comply and may threaten their livelihoods. The Town of Monument does not have the ability to preclude state enforcement actions." Rob?
Yeah, that's key. Now, Spencer, it sounds like the city saying its businesses should be able to do what they want, but again, at the same time, saying they could still be reprimanded for doing so. Did the resolution address that as well?
Yeah, it did actually. And right after that paragraph I just read you, it did address that. It goes on to say the board calls on every business to use their judgment to determine what would be best for them, knowing the consequences are very much a possibility. Basically, do at your own risk. Always watching out for you, Monument. Spencer Humphrey, News 5.